Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're looking at the Omega Speedmaster Broad Arrow 2008 Olympic Timeless Special Series. You can see this 42mm stainless steel Omega Speedmaster Broad Arrow on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. On my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. The fit and the feel of this watch will be familiar to anyone who has worn a modern Omega Speedmaster Professional. Like the Moonwatch, this one measures 42mm across the round portion of its asymmetrical case. Because of the integrated end pieces on the bracelet, it actually has a generous 53mm span from extremity to extremity. So while a 42, it can more than hold its own with modern 44, 45, and 46mm sports watches. 14.5mm thick. It actually has an outward cantilevered tachometer, like the Moonwatch, that makes it something of a challenge to fit under the tightest sleeves, although sport jackets and blazers should have little trouble with clearance. The watch has impressive heft on the wrist. Modern Omega cases and bracelets, as well as milled-out clasps, are incredibly substantial, and only a few years ago there were precious metal watches on full bracelets that featured similar mass and an impression of premium substance to this entirely steel watch. The finish speaks to the standards of modern Omega watchmaking. Alternately brushed and polished, the links are of exceptional quality, hefty, they inspire confidence, and yet polished on their flanks, brushed on their tops with intermediate polished elements. There's an elegance inherent here that makes this a very versatile watch for formal and informal occasions alike. The clasp is a classic Omega milled-out twin-trigger deployant, beautifully brushed and engraved. The twin triggers ensure that this one opens smoothly and remains closed with absolute confidence-inspiring security. Now, the watch itself is part of the 2008 Beijing Olympics Olympic Timeless Collection, and the dial is inspired by the 1932 Omega Olympique pocket watch. An Olympic partner since 1932, Omega has a glorious heritage in this respect, and this model recalls the earliest Omega timing instruments. The Omega marquee, both the logo and the company name, are printed in a vintage font and vintage character. All of the numerals on this beautiful white lacquered dial are painted on in a florid, almost brigade style, and this is a gorgeous gloss dial base with gloss numerals, reading as a vintage watch, but with the proportions and persona of a modern sports watch. The tachometer scale for timing speeds over 1 kilometer, 1 mile, any fixed distance, features wonderful engraving and a lack of the acrylic cap seen on many Omega Speedmaster and particularly Speedmaster Professional models. By lightening the tachometer and returning to a brushed metallic treatment, it visually extends the width of the dial. Light transitions to light. It doesn't seem as constrained as the black-ringed tachometer Speedmaster models. It reads as a larger watch, a more open dial. Now, the broad arrow hands are generously loomed, so you can see this watch in low or no light, in spite of the fact that all of the lacquered numerals do not glow. It does feature subtle countersync of the sub-registers such that constant seconds, chronograph minutes, and hours are on a different plane than the lacquered white dial base, and there's a discrete date window at 6 o'clock to provide that information as well. Now, the watch benefits from an Omega caliber 3313. It is a 52-hour power reserve, automatic winding, coaxial, COSC certified chronometer. Very precise. This is a feature-packed movement. In addition to all the virtues previously mentioned, it does feature hacking seconds, it features the quick set date, and it features a free-sprung balance. So in true sports watch fashion, it has the ability to shake off the occasional shock or vibration without any consequence to timing precision. On the case back, Omega's status as the official timekeeper of the Olympics is blazoned in relief. This is an embossed image with a beautiful sort of sandblasted satin backdrop behind the polished figures of Omega, the Olympic rings, and the note official timekeeper. Now, the watch does feature 100-meter, 330-foot water resistance, so though it is primarily a land sports themed chronograph, this one can easily get wet. Being a versatile reference, it looks good in a suit or a bathing suit. Likewise, it can follow the bathing suit into the water. Short of actual diving, this is a watch you can wear for almost any purpose, professional or pleasure. You can see this Omega Speedmaster Broad Arrow Olympic Timeless 2008 Beijing Olympics Special Edition on our website, watchyouwant.com.